Hello, fellow warriors against consensus reality, and all sarcastic bastards who are not afraid to speak the truth. I thought I'd do my slightly critical drinker-esque intro there for you. It's nice enough when people don't know what my actual accent is. That's quite really fantastic, you know. Slight change to my picture. That's actually a photo of my wonderful new Schecter Demon guitar. And I thought, you know what? Since I'm trying to push the lone wolf on guitar bit for you, I thought, well, one thing missing is an actual guitar. So there it is. And as I said in my comment on one of my other channel, my Jedi Rifter channel, I could have taken a break for a day, a week, or a year. I just woke up this morning. I thought, you know what? Fuck it, do it. Thumb your nose at all the fuckery and just speak the truth, regardless of whether it's just Vlad or a couple of other you brilliant people who still bother. And it's thanks to you people that I'm sort of here right now. So you people that still watch and comment, you're fucking legends. But yeah, it's the world and life is as we have it now in this June 2021 is fucking amusing to the nth degree. I'm finding myself laughing increasingly, which is probably a good thing, because as they say, medicine is the best laughter. But I thought, you know what, when you go through recent drama fuckery and you really do the work for yourself, and you learn, you squeeze that fucker for as much teaching juice as you can, and then you sort of burn its decaying husk over a ritual of sarcastic self-banter. You put things into perspective, and especially now when I'm living in one of the apparently most fascist countries in the English-speaking Western world. I'm just glad I do not live in Victoria, by the way. One of those fuckers would probably be dead on the ground. And you notice this happens in a country where weapons of any kind are not allowed. Even bladed weapons, right? I'm sorry, but if any fucker tried to get me out of a car like I saw on that one horrific video, he'd have an axe to the head. That's just not right. That's totalitarianism unveiling right before our very eyes. And that's what happens when you allow closet communist Marxists to run a state. As many of you know, I am not political in any way, shape or form unless it's studying the history of my ancestors. You know, the ones who actually invented political theory and the art of politics to begin with. You're welcome, world. Cultural appropriation. Let me be a black American for a minute. Ooh, cultural appropriation. You're not allowed to use it except us. You see how fucking stupid that shite sounds? That's the world we're living in, where that kind of shit exists. Well, okay, we're also living in a world where Cruella is now a film, but hey, that's beside the point. At least that has provided an entertaining review by the critical drinker. Check out his video, he's a fucking legend. And we're living in a world where people just passively sit back and let it happen. Right? And it's kind of funny, I came across an interesting article about people mistakenly think that Australia has not had any sort of fascism, and then they're going to this sort of diatribe about how these little groups that almost took over politics. They didn't have an actual fascist regime in government. when we went back to the homeland in 1971, the homeland was under the control of a military dictatorship. And my own mother, who went to the restroom during the intermission, came back and found this mouthy cunt sitting in her seat. And she says, "Excuse me, madam, that's my seat." And she goes, "Do you know who I am?" Apparently, she was one of the wives of one of the higher up police commissioner sort of cronies who were involved in the military dictatorship at the time. And my mother said, in true sarcastic fashion, she did the fake sort of musketeer sweeping bow. And she says, "Madam," with a sweeping bow, "if I knew who you were, I would worship at your feet." She goes, "Now get the fuck out of my chair." And it's funny because my idiot father sort of thought, no. He was being the typical passive gobshite. You know, the ones that you see around just blindly following everything that they tell them to do. Well, Mum was the one who actually had the bollocks, right? And that's the world we're living in today. And I find people's passivity disturbing and amusing in equal measure. Because after all that history that humanity has gone through, we're still reacting like that. We're just, okay, if we all just do what we're told, everything will just go back to normal. And of course, we're just letting them take away our freedoms and our normality, and we're allowing them to dangle it in front of us like a fucking carrot. Ooh, if you look at the quote-unquote vaccine, yeah, look, I don't give a fuck if they take this video down. I'm going to fucking speak the truth. I'll just put it somewhere else. Okay? So, fuck you, YouTube. Fuck you, Gestapo censorship assholes. I'm going to fucking do what I'm going to do. To the very last breath of my channel. Although, considering I've got 1,001 alts, no problem. And that's the problem. People are just mindlessly following. And that sort of covers social interaction and relationships as well, actually. People are just mindlessly following their own inner programming, which they receive very, very early on from family, teachers, doctors, school, whatever. And took that as their inner core programming / belief system. And formulate their thoughts and beliefs and emotions based on that inner programming, most of which now is subconscious. So you're not even consciously aware of it. You just think that these are your actual deep-seated thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. But all of these stem from a thought, and a thought can be changed by yourself. And in my case recently, the way I react to online drama and mindless gobshites. Especially when you realise one day, you wake up and you realise, what the fuck are you doing? These people are not even worth a second thought. And then in that moment you realise that you deserve a lot better in online friends and collaborators and so forth. And my advice to you people is never ever accept anything less than what you deserve for yourself. Because if I had that in mind from the very beginning, I would not have made any of these collaboration videos, and I wouldn't have been on the receiving end of the butthurt that I did. Thankfully, I've blocked all parties concerned, even on live stream chats, so they can't see anything I say, I can't see anything they say, so Good luck, you dopey stoner gobshites. Alright, that's all I can say. Yes, I'm talking about you now, there. Okay? Thanks. Fuck's sake. And you realise, fucking hell, I can do a Star Wars video while half asleep. Better than that. And when you realise that, that's the slippery slope of the rabbit hole down to true self-esteem and confidence and true belief in yourself, which is a absolutely remarkable and rare thing. Because we have been kept low and powerless and afraid all our fucking lives, which is why we're in this totalitarian mess in this country right now. See how that all ties in? But also amusing. As you know, I've been the lone wolf on guitar for a long time, but it seems that I have an impersonator. A certain gentleman who I've used as teaching material for my videos in the past, the above mentioned quote-unquote life coach, and he's sort of mentioned himself in the context of being a lone wolf, and live stream channel backdrops being a couple of times he used the lone wolf motif. Well, they do say impersonation is the sincerest form of flattery, so thank you. In this day and age, when you're surrounded by nothing but sheep, you take more pride and certainty in your status as a wolf. You're not going to become a sheep so you can fit in with the sheep. You're going to become more confident, I suppose, the word I'm looking for. More assured in your status as the lone wolf. Because the existence of butthurt, clueless, fully asleep, slave wage earning, mortgage paying, and nothing else gobshites is the numbers of those people, the ones we call normies, is vast. And no, it doesn't mean that there are so many of them and there's only very, very few of us. That means we're in the wrong. No. Even if I forget whose quote this is, Gandhi, well, one of those people, that even if you're the only one speaking the truth, I'm paraphrasing here, in a sea of naysayers, it doesn't cease or stop being the truth, even if you're the only one speaking it. And so that's the motivation between me putting out a video right now. I thought, you know what? There's enough shite and fuckery and lying and covering up. I'm going to speak the truth, and I'm in the mood to do so. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm quite happy enough to plod along on my Riff Heathen channel. Yes, after a 6-month break, I will return to the Jedi Rifter channel, and having done the actual legwork, intense research and all that, right? Not just reading the Shadows of the Empire and saying, oh yeah, it's kind of dated, it takes place between this time and that time, Shizor, no, you actually need to have read the fucking thing, know what you're talking about, then do a Star Wars live stream. Otherwise, it's going to be painful to your listeners. Just a bit of friendly advice there. You'd be surprised how many people do hours and hours of live streams talking shit and having no idea what they're fucking talking about. Look at the little dramasphere that some of us find amusement in taking the piss out of. And using it as teaching material. So thank you, fuckers. See, when you reach before I go, one more important point. When you reach the level of true freedom wherein you take, first of all, you take the piss out of yourself, and you're an absolutely sarcastic bastard to yourself first, and then you take great pride and have power in taking the piss out of everybody else. Right? And yes, I know there are those who are afraid to carry the word sarcastic and just call themselves a Jedi detective, which sounds as lame and fucked as you can imagine, but hey, whatever. What do I know? I've just loved Star Wars before certain people were even born. But anyway. Yeah, sarcasm is something that I'm finding too many Americans don't know how to deal with or use properly. So when you're mentioning a certain person is Medusa and she turns every man into stone, where the supposedly sarcastic comeback is, what was the exact word? Oh, do you think she's hot? That's not sarcasm. That's just cringy. So you need to be very careful with what you call sarcasm and how one uses sarcasm, because sarcasm goes hand in glove with true awareness and intelligence. And if you have neither of those things, you're fucked. All right. So thanks to the mysterious lady friend behind the scenes for helping me with this background picture. The guitars look absolutely fantastic, and I thought, yeah, it's I thought it was kind of, considering the backdrop, the pillars of representing the ancient temple, Hellenic temple. Yeah, I'm not secretly a Freemason. Where do you think they fucking got it from? See, that's the thing. Before I go, I know I'm rambling and I fucking don't care. This is why I hate these sort of esoteric societies. Yes, Blavatsky and the Freemasons and all those fucking cunts. Because they have no tradition of their own, they sort of take the Frankenstein's monster approach and take little bits and pieces from everyone, steal bits and pieces from everyone, and just put it all together and sort of try to make it fit. It doesn't. So the two ancient Hellenic columns are not Freemason. They are ours. On behalf of my ancestors, I'm taking them back. While I'm at it, I think I'll take back the Pythagorean pentagram too. Sorry, Wiccans. Gerald Gardner didn't use it first. It's funny about that, because when I was first studying witchcraft and I came across a term, Alexandrian witchcraft, I thought, excellent, we're going to deal with the ancient Ptolemies. No, it was named after some fucking pasty-faced gobshite called Alexanders. Yeah, I'm not joking. So if you're going to call something Alexandrian, make sure it is Alexandrian, the ancient Hellenic city of Alexandria. Okay? And after getting that out of my system, thank you very much for being here all this time. Thank you for still commenting and liking and, bothering with the censorship gobshites called YouTube. That means more now than before. So don't be a gobshite. And in the words of Billy Butcher from The Boys, don't be a cunt. The sarcastic lone wolf on guitar, out.